Hi, my name is Hermie Smith, and I'm a disciple making movements coach with City Team here in sunny San Jose. And I'm with two of my best friends, Elmer Lopez and Ricardo Pineda. You guys are disciple making movements leaders, have launched disciple making movements in here in the Bay Area, but also abroad. And I get this question a lot. So what do you do if people can't read or write? How do you do the Discovery Bible study? How do you do the Discovery Bible group, when you encounter that challenge?
Well, I want to start. In some places, what we encounter is that people who doesn't know how to read or write, they're tending to memorize.
Okay.
So what they do is, in some cases, they utilize some of their family members, like kids. They invite them to come with them, ask them to read for them, and then to write the 3 columns. They utilize them at the same time.
So the kids actually do their 3 columns for them?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what they do, and you get surprised because it's like you're killing a bird with 2 stones. The kids start being more knowledgeable or how the Discovery Bible study works, and at the same time, when you memorize stuff, because they kind of have to work extra in order to memorize it, it opens the window for them to be a facilitator of their own.
A lot of times people that don't know how to read or write, their memory is usually they develop that ability pretty good to memorize things, because they have to depend on their memory, because they don't make notes on a grocery list. They remember what's that. Ricardo, how about you?
The other thing we have to be careful, is that's why it's very important when we making, discovering Bible studies in group. It's very important in the beginning, when we making the first meeting, it's good, to ask those type of questions, and making and set up, the whole thing we want to do during this adventure,
Yes.
So we need to ask many questions, for example, the expectative that people expect from us, and the expectative we expect from them, and prepare, the time and everything. But the other thing is very important is to ask people, what is the people they can read very well?
Yes.
What is the people, because sometimes, I got a bad experience in those groups. Some people, they are a part of this group. They really want to be a part of this group. But the problem was then, is sometimes they feel shy, sometimes they feel quiet.
Yes.
It's because they don't want to tell you they can read, because they feel embarrassed, and sometimes they leave the group. But I think, the other thing is very important in the beginning, to ask, what is the people? Yeah. So mostly the time, it's like Elmer. This is one of the strategy we use, I ask these people to use kids or youth. Yeah. They can be the secretary, and they can help them to making the journey, during the week.
I think it elevates their role also, so it really gives them a good role in the group.
Yeah, because I remember one time, that Victor from India shared with us, about this lady. She can read, and she planted, like 200 or 2,000 churches. But this lady, she can read and she can write. But the good thing, caught me my attention is she used her daughter-in-law, and that girl, she making the whole work for her. So, and then, the other thing is sometimes those kids, they learn to be a good facilitator, and sometimes, they are better than us, So you doing two things, 2 different great things. So, but it's very good, or sometimes, we make him verbal. I put in, those people, they can read and they can write very well. I put in with somebody, help them. Because let me tell you, those people, they got the ability to memorize better than us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they read the passage a couple of times, and then they still practice putting in their own words and coming up and ask the questions.
Yes. And that's what we're doing. And sometimes,
So it's the same process. It's just doing it orally.
Yes. Cool. So that's why, maybe DMM, that's what I like. DMM is it's not like something, it's very structured. giving us the opportunity, you know, to making process, strategies, you know.
Make adjustments along the way.
You have to.
Yeah.
That's the way, the beauty about this, that, you know, when you work with DMN, not every place is a playing field.
Yes.
You need to adapt, you need to adjust, make accommodations in order to understand the people you're going to encounter with. That's why it's essential for the facilitator to understand those bases. When you ask questions, you're going to learn more from people. When you start getting relationships established, you're going to learn more from people. So the key here is understanding what their needs are and make adjustment based upon them.
Yeah. I made the mistake in some of my first groups that I started not doing that initial where you kind of establish, you know, the expectations and find out who people read and write and doesn't know how to read well. And the person I was discipling, actually, he was very, very successful and started many, many other groups. But I never knew he cannot read or write. And he would actually get, I think it was his sister that did the reading for him. And one time I put him on the spot in front of others, and I said, "Hey, why don't you read?" And he was saying, "Oh man, I don't have my glasses and this and that." And I was like, "Really, you wear glasses?" And I didn't pick up, "I don't have my glasses" is code for I can't read. And eventually he said, "Okay, I'll try." And he reads so slow. And afterwards, it really hurt our I had to ask him for forgiveness. It hurt our relationship for a while because I really offended him. I put him on the spot. And so I think knowing those expectations maybe anticipates if you work with some demographics, some people, there may be more likelihood that the people did not have a high school diploma, they don't read or write very well. So you anticipate that, you give them some options. You know, if you don't like to read a lot, you don't tell them you can't read. You don't like to read a lot, maybe you can find someone else that can read for you and that can help you with, like you say, make the kids their secretary.
Yeah, and then, you know, always, you know, when you discover these people in your group, I try to explain it, you know, don't feel bad, you know, if you don't make your homework. We understand. So now that thing, you know, giving the freedom of that person to participate, you know, he can write and he can read, but he can say, and sometimes, let me tell you, those people, you know, they use more their head, you know, their brain. Yeah. They say something very, very, very deep. Wow. I can see the Holy Spirit, you know, how spoken through these people, and sometimes, you know, better than me, you know, because they use, you know, their imagination activities, you know, so they do it. Wow, you know, you say, wow, look at this brother. He can write, he can read, you know, but look at what he say, you know, it's something. But I think, you know, the Holy Spirit use these people, you know, to manifest something or tell us something very deep.
Beautiful. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your comments, your questions. Feel free to submit those. And hope this conversation was helpful to you. May God bless you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.